Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitaamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim. In the last class held on 26th December of last year, we discussed the verses 21 to 25 of this chapter 7, Jnana Vijnana Yoga, Yoga of knowledge and realization. We learnt from those slokas where Sri Krishna says, whoever worships the lesser gods like Indra, Varuna, etc., gets his faith in those gods strengthened by me alone. I give them that faith to worship Indra, Varuna, etc. Secondly, Sri Krishna says, he also gets that person who worships these lesser gods, he gets the fruits of his actions, which are all short-lived and temporary. Of course, these fruits are also approved by me only as the indweller of those gods. What we consider as the Varuna or Indra has given us these fruits of action, that is also sanctioned by the Supreme Lord alone. Further, he says, the fruits obtained by those worshippers of lesser gods are perishable, whereas those got through the worship of the Supreme Lord are imperishable. Number 4, he told us, the dull-witted ones, the foolish worshippers of these lesser gods, consider me as an ordinary human being, though I am the unmanifest, immutable and unsurpassed Supreme Being. That's why they were called dull-witted people. Then lastly he told us, this dull-wittedness is because I hide myself behind my inscrutable power of Yoga Maya, which deludes all those who are not worshippers of me. Those people that are not devoted to God, they cannot find out the real incarnation as the Supreme Being. We think of incarnations like Sri Ramakrishna or Holy Mother. So we consider them as one of us, a little higher than us perhaps. This is how we think, because we have not devoted our full mind to the mystery of knowing these great spiritual beings. So today we shall continue the topic from verse number 26. Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana. So in the previous sloka, previous verse, Sri Krishna said, I cover myself with my inscrutable power of Yoga Maya. That is why the whole world is deluded. They do not know that I am the Lord of the world himself, Lord of the creation himself that have come in this form. So they are unable to know me, because I cover myself with my Yoga Maya. That means, though I am the Supreme Being, I act as just any ordinary being. That is the glory of all these incarnations. Their very purpose is that they want to identify themselves with the common people, so that common people will come to them, and then they will know all the difficulties, and they will find solutions for all the problems of the common people. So that is why when the incarnation comes, though he is the Lord of the whole universe, he is one among us. He is easily available to us. More he appears as human being, greater is he called. Ramchandra is called one of the greatest avatars because he identified himself with man. Atmanam Manusham Manye Ramam Dasaratatmajam. In the Sri Lanka, after he conquered Ravana, killed Ravana, and then all the devatas came and then praised him. Oh, you are asking Sita to go for Agni Parisha. You are the Lord Narayana himself. And Sita is Sri Lakshmi. She is your consort. Why do you ask her to enter into the fire? But Sri Ramchandra says at that time, I don't know that I am Narayana. Atmanam Manusham Manye. I consider up as an ordinary man only. That also, Ramam Dasarathatmajam. I am son of Dasaratha. That is all I know. I don't know that I am Narayana himself. Holy Mother, many times, she used to know that she is the infinite divine mother. But always, somebody went and asked, do you remember yourself as the divine mother always? If I remember always I am divine mother, can I be like this? I can identify with others. So I myself forget that. I try to act as ordinary woman. So it is the very nature of them. So the common people, this is the covering himself with Maya. Maya is not anything very weird. Maya is that inscrutable power that he has. He transforms his whole nature as a human being, appears as a human being in every way. When Sri Ramakrishna was there all through, except at the time when he revealed himself, he appeared as a very, very ordinary person. Most people did not know him at all, that he was such an extraordinary personality who will shine for next 1500 years as the greatest avatara in the world. Nobody knew. All people used to comment upon him. Here is a Bhattacharji, what we call butter here. He is called the Bhattacharji in Bengal. So he is a butter. One butter lives here. So when young people go, he just gives them some arivurai. That's all. They knew only that much. That is covering himself with Yoga Maya. So when the God comes in the form of human being, he says, I cover myself with this Yoga Maya. I behave exactly like human being. Mudhoyam nabijanati ayam lokaha. This world of ordinary men and women, they mudaha, they are deluded by my play. When I cover myself and behave like a human being, they think, oh yes, he is an ordinary being only. When other people say, no, he is not an ordinary being. No, we know, we go everywhere. Vijnanananji's sister used to go and take bath in Dakshineshwar. Vijnanananji, when he started going to Sri Ramakrishna, Vijnanananji's sister told him, don't go to that madcap. I have been going there for months together and years together. Every day I go there for bath. I hear about him. He is a half madman. Why do you go to him? You see, mudhoyam na bijanati. This world, the world is deluded. They cannot find out the glory of me. After telling that one, so though I appear like that, but I know everything about my creation. What was there in the past, what is in the present, what is in the future. I know about every being, from an ant to the supreme creator Brahma. Every being I know what was his past, what is the now, what is going to be in future. So he tells that I am a anavrta jnana. My knowledge is extensive. It goes into the past, it goes into the future. It is there in the present. So my knowledge is not concerning only to the present. Our knowledge is only to the present. That also present a few seconds or few minutes. We do not know what will happen after 5 minutes. And perhaps we do not know what has happened some 5 days back. Both are blank. Only in the present, for a few hours or few minutes we are aware. Compared to this one, the Lord says, Vedaham sam atitani vartamanani bhavishyani cha bhutani. I know, Vedaham, I know, I understand, I remember, I keep in mind always awake about all the beings that are there in the creation. The beings, the living and the non-living also. Every being, every created thing is there in my mind. That which was in the past, atitani. That which was in the past, it is no more now. That also I remember. Where the previous mountains in the European map were there, some 10 billion years back, before the floods came, where all the different continents were there. I know. So you may not know today. Today you have forgotten that all this world was in a different way. Some 10,000 years back or 15,000 years back, all the continents were connected with one another. Then there was some flood or deluge or earthquake. Then the whole thing got broken up. So Africa went one way, India went away, this way. Now if you push them together, they will all become one. So that means they were all one at a time, then it has been pushed away. They are all in the same shape now. They can be pushed into one another and you will get a spherical globe. So Sri Ramakrishna says, Atitani samatitani vedaham. I know what was all in the past which are not in the present. So even though they are not in the present, I know where they were in the past, what has happened to them. Vartamanani, those that are now in this world, in all the 14 worlds all over the universe. Where those 14 worlds are there, 3 levels of existences are there. Bhur, Bhuvaha, Swaha. Bhu is the earth, the terrestrial sphere. Then the Antariksha, in between terrestrial sphere and the heavenly sphere, Antariksha, the intermediary space. Then the heavens themselves. So all other things are in heaven. So most of the things are in heaven. Here in this world and in this Antariksha, only very small. Padosya Vishwa Bhutani Tripadasya Amrutandivi. Only 1/4 is there in the creation. 3/4 are unknown. Where it is, nobody knows. This 1/4 of creation itself is all this universe, all these galaxies about which the scientists are worrying for the last 600 years. From Herschel onwards, they are looking at the sky. Where are the stars? Where were they? 600 years they are going on trying to find out. Every day they find, oh, there is a star which is 3000 light years old. 1 light year is, if the light travels at 1,86,000 miles per second, suppose it travels for 1 full year, it is called a light year. We cannot imagine. 3000 light years away some stars are there. They are finding it new, 3000, 5000, 6000 light years. We stagger. This whole universe, the Lord says, Padosya Vishwa Bhutan is only 1/4. What do you know about the other 3/4? There is no question of your knowing at all. Whole thing is an unmanifested state. They will also be manifested in course of time. That is, that infinity is the universe. Nobody can know. Only God can know. So he says, Vedaham sam atitani. Whatever was in the past, now they have perished. I know all of them. Vartamanani cha bhutani. Those that are existing now in this world, in the Antariksha, in the intermediary space, in all the galaxies of the universe, and beyond that in the heavenly sphere, starting from the Gandharvas, going up to the Chaturmukha Brahma himself, Prajapati himself, all the heavenly abodes, all of them I know. Every being there also I know. A small frog here also known to me. A frog in the heaven also I know. What that frog is doing, I can tell you right now. So he says, Vartamanani, all the beings that are present now, I know all of them. Bhavishyani cha bhutani. What are going to come in the next 10,000 years, next 20,000 years, or next 20 crores of years? What are going to come? How they are going to live? I know all of them. I know atitani, vartamanani, bhavishyani cha bhutani. What was in the past, what is in the present, what will be in future. Every one of them, bhutani, is created beings. Each being I know. That means I am omniscient. I know everything. I am Sarvajna. I know everything. Whereas Mam tu, me, Kaschana Naveda. Nobody knew. Now I am only one being. What I am, nobody can understand. I understand all the beings in all the three tenses. Whereas I am only one. But all these so-called intelligent people, the extraordinarily brilliant people, the Medas, all these people, they do not know what I am. They are unable to gauge the depth of my knowledge, my sarvajñatva, my omniscience, my omnipotence, my immortal existence. They are unable to know. Mam tu kaschana naveda. Nobody knows me, because I am covered with this inscrutable Maya. When I act my life in such a way, there is no way of knowing unless I make them know. Even in this world itself, there are so many things which we never know, but we simply think we know. We just, father or mother, they say that so and so is your relative. So we believe it. So how do we know whether this is relative or not? In many houses, families, the children have been brought. You see, the foster mother is there. So they have brought up the child from his 10th day or 15th day. The mother is dead, so some mother has brought her up. This fellow is calling that lady as mother. When we go and tell him, no, she is not your mother. She is my mother. He will refuse. He will not, even when he has grown up. We tell him with proofs, no, this is not your mother passed away, this is mother's sister. No, this is my mother. It has gone so deep, such simple things we cannot know. We are such foolish people, but we are so egotistic, we feel that we know everything. We can know about God also. We can judge God also. So we will judge Sri Ram Krishna, we judge Sri Krishna, we judge Ramchandra, pass judgment over him. What? Ramchandra, he killed Vali. He did, he was not wise. So, about Ramchandra, what do you know? So, you do not know an inch of that Ramchandra himself. How he did, why he did, we go on judging. That is the foolish thing. So, that is how so many stories are there in Purana. How foolish we are. We try to judge people who are much higher than us. Those people that are higher than us, suppose a child goes and then sees 10 professors there, and then say, this professor is good. How will you give credit to the child's judgment? How can he judge? This fellow has to be instructed by the professor, but he will select his professor. No, this professor is good, you give him me. Later on he will find that fellow may be the least among the 10. So this is how we are going in the world. We do not know, but we try to judge with our limited knowledge. So Sri Krishna feels very, very pity, a great pity for us. Mam tu Veda, but tu mam na kaschana Veda. Nobody knows me. I know everything that is there, that was in the past, that is in the present, that is in the future. All these beings that are around me, why they have all come into this world? What is the goal of their life? What is the obstacles in their attaining to the highest flowering of their personality? I know, but nobody would come to me and ask, sir, please help us. We want to become complete men. We want to become perfect men. Please show us the way to perfection. Nobody would come to me. Why don't they come to me? They think that I am an ordinary being. They think, we have got our father, mother, mama, everybody is there. We can go to them. Why go to this person sitting in Dakshineshwar? They would never come at all. Thousands and thousands of people were there in Dakshineshwar village who would never come to Kali temple at all. I met one person from Calcutta when I was a student in Bangalore. As soon as that young man told me, I come from Calcutta, I said, have you been to Dakshineshwar? I asked him, I have read the book. This fellow says, Dakshineshwar, where is it? I said, it is there in Calcutta, it's about 10 kilometers, 10 miles from there. He said, so I have never been. I was stunned, a person in Calcutta, he has not gone to Dakshineshwar. Whereas sitting in Bangalore, I have read about Dakshineshwar, I am just yearning to go to Dakshineshwar and see how much our ignorance can be. We have so many times on the public celebration of Sri Ramakrishna's birthday in Belur Math. The public celebration this time comes on 6th of March. The Sunday succeeding 6th of March will be the public celebration. On that day, lakhs of people come from all over Calcutta, beyond Calcutta. The boats, they come by train, they come by bus, they come, and they come by walk. From morning till evening, there may be about 3 lakhs of people coming to Belur Math. And 1.5 lakhs people will be there on the campus. Morning till evening, we have programs for them, prasad for them, and so many other entertainments for them. So many people we ask, you see, you are coming here, do you come every year? No, this is the first time we are coming. But where are you living? We are here for 30 years, we are in Calcutta itself. We could never come to this public celebration at all. Every year, it is a big mela. Everybody comes from 100 miles, 200 miles, etc. People in Calcutta, they say we are coming only after 30 years of living. First time we are coming. What more evidence do you want for the foolishness of men and women? You see, we are so foolish. So Krishna feels very sorry. You see, I know everything about them. I am the Lord Himself. I come here to help them. But they would not recognize me as a person who is here to guide them. Mam tu Vedana Kaschana. They would not know me at all, that I am a teacher. With great compassion I have come to them. So they would never come to me. After telling this one, the next he says, this sort of an ignorance, it has become very strong in the human beings. That is because we give ourselves to strong likes and dislikes. We don't keep our mind away from likes and dislikes. We don't allow our mind to judge things with a level mind, equanimous mind. We just either we react violently and try to throw away things. That is hatred. Or we want to embrace things. We want to attract everything. So either we like or dislike. Either I have attraction, I have got a repulsion. There is no equanimous reaction. You cannot be a scientist if you go on reacting with likes and dislikes. Suppose a compound is kept before you. You must be able to analyze it with an objective mind. Objective mind means where there is no like or dislike. Your personal likes and dislikes should not come. Then only you can find out what the true thing is. As soon as you think, no, I don't like these yellow things. If you say you don't like all yellow things, you will never be able to know anything about sulfur. You will never be able to know anything about turmeric. It is a biochemical thing. You will not be able to know perhaps 1/4 of all the chemicals. If you hate yellow, it's gone. If you start hating red, another 1/10 will go. So if you hate 6 colors, you will not be able to do anything about chemistry. Finished. So the likes and dislikes, they keep us away from knowing the truth. The next sloka he says, Ichchadvesha samuttena dvandvamohena bharata sarvabhutani sammoham sargeyanti parantapa. Ichchadvesha samuttena dvandvamohena sarvabhutani sammoham yanti. All the created beings, sarge, even when they are born, when the physical body is born in this world, a small baby, from that time itself, people develop likes and dislikes for things. We think that children have no likes and dislikes. They are unable to express it. So when they start expressing some expressions on their face, you can find they react very strongly. If they look at some people, they smile. We can clearly see a child of 15 days or 20 days or maybe 1 month, when it starts looking at people and recognizing, he smiles at some people. Some people he looks, simply goes on looking, he will not smile, because he is not interested in him. This fellow should not come to me. He will not react at all. Whereas if he looks at somebody, he smiles. You come near me, take me up in your arms. It's an invitation to you. A small baby of 10 days or 15 days or 1 month, it has its likes and dislikes. How does it like or dislike? God knows. It has got inside the samskaras of its thousands of births before, it has liked certain faces. As soon as it looked at the faces, he is attracted, he smiles. And some other faces, when he looks at it, keeps quite serious. I don't want this fellow to come near me. He keeps it. So, ichchadvesha samuttena dvandva mohena sarva bhutani sammoham yanti. When all the beings, when they are born at the very birth itself, they are endowed with the tendencies to like something and dislike certain things. They react with all the worldly things in these two ways, either they like or they dislike. So, how do we, it is our likes and dislikes that makes us call something as pleasurable and something as painful. There is nothing painful or pleasurable in the thing itself. But I like certain things, so I call it is a very good thing. For what you call as a very good thing may not be good to the next man. Next man, suppose you like chilies. Many people like chilies or chili products. So, urga, so suppose you got condiments are there. Some people like, and some people they don't like. But these likes and dislikes, depending upon the likes, if a man likes the condiment or something made out of chilies, he say chilies are very good, chili preparations are wonderful. So he will run behind that. So it is a joy for him. That chili becomes a joyful thing for him, not because there is joy in the chili, he likes it. His mental attitude that chilies are good, he has got the samskara. He has been taking chilies from the previous birth or another previous 10 births. That samskaras are there. He likes it. Some people, some children, they like sweet. They don't like chilies. Chilies if you give, they don't want. And if you give sweet, they run behind it. How does he develop? We are giving sweet for the first time. He relishes it. So, he has got the samskara, he has love for sweetness. And he has got hatred for chilies. Another fellow has got love for chilies, he has got hatred for sweet things. Because of his love, hatred or love, he calls chili as a happy thing or an unhappy thing. No, don't bring chili to me, I don't like. That he feels unhappy if you give what he does not like. So, because of his likes and dislikes, what is according to his liking, he calls it as joy. What is it is not according to his liking, but it is in the line of the things which he hates, then he calls as unhappiness. So, unhappiness is because we hate certain things. When the hated things come to us, we feel unhappy. When we find that what we love comes to us, we feel joy. So, joy and misery is not in the object, it is in my attitude, what I like and what I don't like. Suppose I cultivate my mind in such a way, there is nothing to like or dislike in this world. They come to us, so we have to be with them, we have to do whatever little good we can do. Otherwise, you keep quiet, don't do any harm to anybody. If somebody lives like this, he will love everything, because there is nothing he hates. So, everything is welcome to him. That is how great people, they are beyond likes and dislikes. That means they like everything. Likes and dislikes, when it is there, everybody is neutral. For a child, you go, he does not judge you at all. Anybody who comes, it's all right, they have come. So, he just looks at them and then you come and go. If a bad man goes also, he is there happy. If a good man goes also, he is happy. A child is, in itself, he is happy. He doesn't react. So, he is in his own joy. So, ichchadvesha samuttena dvandva mohena. The dvandva is the duality of the sukha and dukkha, joy and misery. This joy and misery depends upon your likes and dislikes. And this joy and misery, this joy, we call something as joy and misery. It need not be the same joy, may not be joy for others. So, what is joyful for me, another man may not like it. I like cold water bath in the morning. Other people may like hot water bath. So, I don't like hot water bath and he doesn't like cold water bath. Which is joyful, which is miserable? It is not in the object. It is depending upon my idea of joy and my idea of misery. Sukha and dukkha, I judge. And this joy or misery, behind that is my hundreds of years of births of likes and dislikes. So it is completely a mental world that we are. In the mental world, my likes and dislikes, it decides what is joy and what is sorrow. And whatever is joyful, we accept. Whatever is sorrowful, we throw it out. We react violently with this world. So these attitudes, these likes and dislikes, is called the Dvandva. Dvandva is the duality. They are always there. In every being, sarge yanti parantapa evam sammoham sarge sarva bhutani yanti. Even when the beings are born, right from a small puppy or a kitten to the highest intelligent children, so when they are born itself, they have inside them these likes and dislikes, and they go on developing strong likes, strong dislikes. But likes and dislikes are there in everyone. So because if they are there, this sort of ignorance up to know God continues. So when we say that I like this, I run behind the things which you like, and when you say I hate this one, you try to avoid it. So all of our life is an effort to keep ourselves away from unhappiness and get as much happiness as possible. The quest for happiness and avoidance of unhappiness. This is all our efforts are directed. If my whole mind goes away into getting something joyful and avoiding that which is miserable, then where is my mind to think about God, which is a higher being? About the spiritual matters, when will we think? When we are not satisfied with these worldly things, we think, is there anything higher? So then our mind turns to higher things, the spiritual things. Then the spirituality means thinking about God, thinking about God's children, thinking about God's glories. So the real religion starts when we turn our mind away from the world, what we call as dispassion, vairagya. When vairagya comes into our life, then the mind turns to spiritual things. We want to know something constant, something eternal, something that does not change. So that something that does not change, that tries to attract our mind. Only when our mind is withdrawn from these ephemeral things, these transient things, this passing show of this world has attracted all our mind. So we are busy with this. Therefore our mind does not turn towards God. So we cannot know anything about God. Unless we turn our attention, how can we know about anything? So to turn our attention itself, our likes and dislikes are dragging us away. So we have to overcome with the likes and dislikes of our mind, so that the mind becomes placid, calm, so that we can think about higher things, that is about God and the spiritual things. So Sri Krishna says, Dvandva mohena sarva bhutani sammoham yanti. These duels of sukha and dukkha, they are hankering for getting more and more happiness, hankering for keeping away our miseries. This is because of our likes and dislikes, liking for certain things and dislike for certain things. This keeps us deluded from the higher reality, that is God. So we do not know anything about God, though He is there amidst us. God is there amidst us. All our gurus, they represent God only. The Guru is the very straight representative of God Himself. But we never see God in our Guru, because we are busy with our own worldly life. We just call somebody as our Guru, but how much of the Guru's instructions we follow, how much of the instructions we take from the Guru, we do not do it. That means our mind does not come to the spiritual world. It is very preoccupied with the joys and sorrows of this world. And these joys and sorrows, they attract our mind through likes and dislikes. Our mind is attached to the world how? Through like and through dislike. I like certain things, I hate certain things. That is how I am attached. That is why the great people, they say, liking, hatred is equally bad. Hatred is bad, we say. Even love for this world also is bad. Because both of them keep you away from God. Suppose you love things of the world. So I want to go to the exhibition, I want to go to the Punga, I want to go and see the crocodile park. If you are doing all these things, when will you go to the ashrama, when will you go to the temple, when will you meditate? It will never come. So, no, sir, I go to good places only. I go to the crocodile park, I go and see the deer park. That may be all right, but deer park is nothing when compared to an ashrama where you go and meditate, where you go and learn bhajans, where you go and see people who are living spiritual life, where they teach you how to be free from the fluctuations of the mind. You must be, when you are getting from such a place, that visiting to that place is more important than going to the crocodile park. If you go on looking at crocodiles every week, you will become like a crocodile, that's all. Whatever you see, you will acquire the qualities of that. So we will become crocodiles. So, but crocodile park is, perhaps it is better than going into some other place where you go and drink. Yeah, and that is better than the drinking, go to crocodile park. But when you compare it to the spiritual place, it is nothing. A point must come in our life when we overcome these likes and dislikes for these worldly things. Then the mind will turn to the spiritual being and spiritual teachers and spiritual teachings. That is what exactly Sri Krishna says. Every one of us are born with likes and dislikes, strong likes and dislikes for the things of the world. Slowly we must, by experience, we must come to know what we like. There is nothing very much to like in it. And what we hate also, there is nothing much to hate. When we were small children, we used to hate 100 persons in the whole classroom. So if there are 30 are there, only one would be my friend. And all the 28 people, no, they are all good, not good. Only one friend is there. Every boy has got one friend, that's all. All the others, no, I don't like it. They are not good. This is the only friend. So we had so much of hatred. When we have grown up now, when we go to the college, we make friends with almost everybody. One or two we don't like. So that means we have grown in knowledge. So we have found, so hating, also there is no reason in it. Why should I hate? Because somebody put on a different dress than mine and called my dress, your dress is not good, so he becomes my enemy. If somebody else looks at my tiffin box and then say, what do you eat? I take bread. I don't like bread. Then he becomes my enemy. Just because he said he does not like bread. I like bread, he becomes my enemy. If he does not like my uniform, I becomes enemy. Petty things, so we develop hatred. Petty things, we develop love. We realize this when we become mature. We overcome these likes and dislikes. When we study in an objective mind, when we look at the world, most of the things are neither worth loving or worth hating. Leave them, let them go. Only a few things are there to which you must get attached in the world. And those things are those which will lead you to something higher than this world. Something super world, a superior existence, and a atmic existence, a spiritual existence. When we become interested in the spiritual life, then we overcome practically all our likes and dislikes. So Sri Krishna says, this duality of likes and dislikes, out of which the idea of sukha and dukkha, joy and happiness. And this joy and happiness, we go on with this idea, this is my joy, this is my happiness. Into this joy and happiness, I fit in everything. Suppose you get 10,000 rupees from a lottery, then you say, it is the joy I have got, labha. You call it as a labha. Suppose you have spent on a lottery, for last 10 years you have spent 1 lakh of rupees. Once you get a prize of 10,000. When you remember, I spent 1 lakh, I got only 10,000. You will feel miserable about 10,000. I did not get 1 lakh, I have spent. So getting the 10,000 may not be a labha for everybody. A person who has spent 1 lakh and got 10,000, it is no labha or gain for him. But people are happy about labha or gain. So we judge something as a gain depending upon how much of energy I have put into it. Suppose I put in more energy into it, so and I return less. So though it is I am getting something, it may not be a gain at all. So all this labha, labhav, jaya, jayav, we call it something as a victory. It may not be victory at all. Depending upon my idea of joy, my idea of sorrow, that depends upon my likes and my dislikes. It is something like a sort of stories, one over another. So the base, the foundation is the likes and dislikes. Next over that one comes this, the idea of joy and sorrow. This idea of joy and sorrow, it determines whether getting something is a gain or it is a loss, whether it is a success or whether it is a failure. All that is simply our creation. So it may not be a success at all, but we think it's a great success. Somebody says, so I got a child, so it's a great success in my life. My father has got a grandson, so my wife wanted a child, I also wanted, so we got a child. So it's a great success for that young people. Whereas Buddha got a child, he said, oh, he is Rahul. Rahul means a bondage. It is another bondage. He was thinking of leaving the palace and going in search of God, in search of nirvana. At that point, he got the child. He also got the child, and these young people also got the child. These people said it is a great joy. He said, no, it is misery, it has increased my misery. So he left the child almost in tears. He looked at Yashodhara, he looked at his child, but I have got a greater mission in my life. He walks away. Same incident. It is a joy for one, another, because their idea of the happiness and misery is different. He has taken a world mission, so now no bondage. This child comes as a bondage. So it is a bondage, no, I don't want. Here another person, I want bondage, all right, you take it. So he enjoys it. So this dvandva moha, this delusion through the dualities of this world comes to every little being. Small child itself has its likes and dislikes. And from the young age itself, we are deluded by our mind so that it does not go deep into spiritual matters like knowing about God, knowing about the avatars. That is how they don't understand. Sri Krishna is telling, though I am here, the immutable, the unmanifest, the immortal God amidst men, to come and instruct them, most of them they neglect me. Anadriyante. They look down upon me. He is like an ordinary man. And people used to call him also, oh, he is only a Gopabala. He is only a cowherd boy. Not even, he is not a king's son. He is not a prince. He is only a Gopabala. He is a cowherd boy. They used to look down upon him. Why did all that come? Because that fellow who is telling that he is a cowherd boy, he is proud about his own birth. So I am a prince. He is not a prince. So look down upon him. Each man has his own. Suppose he was not a prince, he was a cowherd boy. He would look at somebody else who was perhaps stitching some shoes. He is a cobbler. He will look down upon him. Cobbler also will look down upon somebody else. Everybody wants to look down upon somebody and keep himself at a higher level. This is Ichcha Dvesha Samuttena Dvandva Mohena Bharata Sarva Bhutani Sammoham Sargeyanti. Even at our very birth, we are deluded to keep ourselves away from realizing the truth of the spiritual world, that God comes in the form of a human being and that we should go to Him and get our real path described by Him. We must get the instructions from Him. We never do it because of our attachment to the things of the world. But some people do come to you. It is not that everyone is not aware that you are a great person. Some people do come to you, the gopis of Vrindavan and the gopas of Vrindavan, the cowherd boys and the cowherdesses. So all these young people, they came to you. They all knew that you are a great person. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam. These are all told by the Gopika Gita. Gopikas are telling, your words themselves are nectars. If one hears that one attains to the highest heaven itself. Kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham. It takes away all the sins from us. It is these gopis that are telling this. That means they know. They have understood you. So some people do come to you How does it happen? If everybody is deluded, what is the difference between these people who come to you? So the next sloka takes up this. Yesham tu antagatam papam jananam punyakarmanam te dvandva moha nirmuktaha bhajante mam dridhavrataha. Yesham tu antagatam papam. Yesham jananam punyakarmanam papam antagatam. Those people who have done meritorious works, punya karma, doing good things, whatever brings joy to others is called a punya karma. Paropakara punyaya. What is the definition of punya? Vyasa says in Mahabharata, paropakara punyaya. Whatever is help to others, so that is called punya. That which gives joy to others, that is called punya. Paropakara punyaya papaya parapidanam. That which hurts others is papa. So always it is advised, don't always do punya. Means try to help others. Try to give joy to others. If you cannot, keep quiet. Don't at least hurt them. Don't go and do papa. If you can do punya, it is good. If you cannot, keep quiet. Neutral at least. You don't have to do something bad. So paropakara punyaya papaya parapidanam. So here, jananam punyakarmanam papam antagatam. Those people who have performed good actions, meritorious actions, that means who have tried to help others, give joy to others. It is not the amount of joy that you have given, but that attitude you have developed. I must go and help others. So you may be doing a small job, but doesn't matter. Your heart is there. So whatever little thing you have offered to the next man, and try to mitigate his difficulties and miseries and give him some joy. Through certain words we can give certain joy. Just by a little physical help we can give joy. By talking some good words we can give joy. Giving a little book, you please read this one. And if that book is a good book, you may be giving joy to others. And of course, by giving something to eat, something to dress, something to be comfortable under a roof, hundreds of ways we can give joy to others. So whatever gives joy to others is considered a meritorious act. So those people who have done lots of meritorious acts, punya karmanam jananam, those people who have performed lot of meritorious acts, for such people, papam antagatam. That papa is sinfulness, evil. Evil here in this context is this likes and dislikes. These likes and dislikes, they become reduced. People who go on doing good to others, that means they see in everybody something to do good, something to help. That means they like more people than hate. So their hatred has become very little and their like has become much. So this ichcha, dvesha, the dvandva is not there. Everybody is lovable for them. For such people, they dvandva moha nirmuktaha. They become free from this infatuation of likes and dislikes. They like everybody. As soon as we see a human being, we should think, whatever he is, poor man, he is suffering in this world. This world is a place in which all of us are suffering at different levels. Some people may be suffering out of poverty, physical, and some people may be suffering from poverty, intellectual. Oh, I did not get education, therefore I did not get job. So he is suffering from the poverty of education. And there are other people, I got all the education, I got money, etc., but I never developed good habits, they never instructed me. Now I have become an addict to this one, addict to that one. He is aspiring for moral perfection, moral wealth. So he lacks that. He is a decrepit or he is a poverty-stricken fellow as far as moral science is concerned or moral values are concerned. He requires to be told morals. Then, of course, the highest one is, we have not realized God. We know that He is there, He is our Father and Mother, but we have not even in dreams seen God. How can we see God? This is the poverty of the spirit. So those people who hanker for the spiritual knowledge, they will get it. So several types of poverties are there. This hankering for this will come to those people who have done good deeds. Yesham jananam punyakarmanam papam tu antagatam. Their evil tendency of finding fault with others and hating others disappears, and therefore they overcome this delusion or this evil habit of hating certain things or trying to cling to other things of the world. Dvandva moha nirmuktaha, being free from this delusion of likes and dislikes and happiness and misery. Always running behind happiness and misery, it becomes a sort of a delusion. We are running behind appearances, running behind some, being deluded, we are running behind false things. So these people become free from running behind false things of the world. Everything in this world is only temporary. What is there to run behind this? Anything you take, it may be, one thing may come and leave you after 1 year, another thing will leave you after 10 years, another thing will leave you after 20 years, and the whole thing will leave you after 100 years, because the body itself is gone. So we ourselves are no more there. Everything goes. So what is there to choose in between this? If anybody thinks about this, feels about this one, he will not run behind any things of the world. Dvandva moha nirmuktaha, being free from this delusion of running behind joys and sufferings of this world. Mam dridhavrataha bhajante, they become strongly attached to me and they worship me. They always try to think about me, try to worship me through every one of their ordinary acts of life also. They do not go and then hurt anybody. They do good deeds only. Even while doing good deeds, they don't think that we are doing good deeds. They always think about me. Oh Lord, you have given me the opportunity to serve so many people. So may your glory be there. May I not become egotistic. It is because you have given me something to help, I am able to help. With all humility, with all prayerfulness, with all consciousness that God is behind every one of their act, they go on doing good deeds. When they do, Mam dridhavrataha bhajante, they worship me. When we think of God and do all our duties become worship. Worship is that where we remember God and do something. Suppose you light a candle and go to a church and think that Christ is there or God is there and wave a candle. That waving a candle becomes a worship. Suppose you go to a temple, you don't wave a candle there. You take agarbatti and then you show agarbatti. There also you think Krishna is there, he requires agarbatti. So when you think about Krishna, waving the agarbatti becomes a worship. Whereas, so in our rooms we go, perhaps we have gone on a tour, we come back to our room. What is this room smelling like that? Some bad smell is there. Bring some agarbatti, you light. You don't feel it is a worship. Because there is a bad smell, so you are lighting the same agarbatti, put it into your room, you never feel you have worshipped. Why? Thought of God is not there. Your idea was to drive away this bad smell from your room, so you lighted the agarbatti. Same agarbatti did not give you the feeling of a worship. The same agarbatti when you go to a temple, when you show before God, you think God is there, so I am worshipping. The idea of God made that agarbatti waving a worship. So worship is every work that we do with the thought of God in our mind. It becomes worship. Suppose I do all my duties and always think, oh Lord, you have made me do this one. You gave me the energy, you gave me the material to help someone. You gave me this idea that I should go and help someone. If we go on thanking God while we do our work, every work becomes a worship because God is there. When I go and give some good words to others, when I go and then give some physical help to others, I think, God, you are making me do this. It becomes worship. This is what Swamiji said. Worshipping God through man, through beings. So serving the beings need not be only a social service. It can be the worship of God Himself. Every act can become a spiritual sadhana. So the more we think about God, more spiritual practice we are doing. Essence of all spiritual practice is remembering God. More and more we remember God, more and more we are successful in doing our spiritual practices. Suppose I take the name of God 10 times with full mind, and then that goes so deep into me. Even when I get up and go, that God's name is going on inside me. I have done a greater spiritual practice than 10,000 times I take the name, but mind is not there at all. When will I get up after this 10,000? When will I get up? Suppose you are thinking. And then after 10,000 you get up and never more think about that name. Never more repeat it until tomorrow, the time of japa. That means it is not a real japa. The japa is taking the name, remembering God. So do it only 10 times, doesn't matter. It goes deep, leaves an impression that his name is the subtle form of God Himself. When I say Rama, it is a subtle form of God Himself. So my God is there on my tongue, God is in my heart. When from the mind I repeat the Nama, so in the mind, God is there in my mind, in the subtle form. The name and the form are connected with one another. So here he says, when people do good works, punya karmanam jananam antagatam papam, their sins are at an end, their evils are at an end. Te dvandva moha nirmuktaha, they become free, becoming free from dvandva moha, this delusion of likes and dislikes. More we help others, more we think of good of others, then our likes and dislikes lessen. That means our desires for getting joy or sorrow from this world, it becomes less and less. We are not afraid of sorrow. We are neither very much desirous of getting joy. What is there in this joy? We are not attached to joy. And then when misery comes also, yes, so many people, even Dharmaraja has to suffer. Draupadi had also suffered. Mata Sita herself suffered. What is my suffering? We think like that. So we are not much bothered about misery also. We overcome misery, we overcome joy, and because our mind is attached to something higher. So that is what happened. Dvandva moha nirmukta, being freed from this duality of like and dislike, the joy and misery of this world. Mam dridavratah bhutva bhajante. Such people, they worship me continuously. That means they think about me, they talk about me, they do things remembering me always. So this is the real worship. They dridavvrataha, being strongly established in the doing duties to me, they always worship me. So this overcoming our likes and dislikes of the things of the world depends upon our doing good to others, doing good deeds, living a moral life, becoming more and more selfless and lovable to others. This is the very easy way of overcoming the likes and dislikes. When once we overcome these likes and dislikes, thus worshipping me, they come to know all that is to be known and are satisfied. The next sloka says, those people who do like this, do good things to others, they slowly overcome their likes and dislikes, or their desire for worldly joys, their fear for worldly miseries, they also leave them. Such people, they become satisfied. So wherever they are, now God is there, what is there? In this world is neither miserable nor it is a place of joy. If God is there with us, everything is all right. Wherever you are, you feel comfortable. So they come to know what is all to be known. So the next sloka says, Jaramarana mokshaya mam ashritya yatanti ye te brahma tat viduhu krishnam adhyatmam karmachakilam. Jaramarana mokshaya mam ashritya yatanti ye. Those people, those devotees who have been doing good works, They are overcoming their likes and dislikes. They are not attached to the things of the world. They are neither afraid of the world, neither attachment nor being afraid of the world. They have got an equanimous mind. Such people, mamashritya jaramarana moksha yatanti. Those people, they want to go beyond jara, marana, decay and death. That also includes birth. Birth, decay and death. This is our life. The birth, growth, decay, death. This is the way our life goes. We are all born, we seem to be growing, higher, becoming stronger and stronger. Then we will reach a level. Then we start coming down. That is called decay will start. Then it will end up in the death. So it starts with the birth, it takes a higher turn of development, then decay, death. So birth, development, decay and death. This is how the life goes. So jara, marana, mokshaya, to be free from this birth, development, decay and death. That means to be free from this physical life. Mam ashritye atantiye. Those that try to go beyond this human life. Human life is only for 100 years. So I want to live beyond this human life. I want to know that I am the Atman. So if I know I am the Atman, then I have gone beyond this human life. Human life means only the life of this body. So I am in this body, I think I am the body. So I can live only 100 years. Suppose I think I am the Atman in the body. Once I know, being in this body itself, by the grace of God, I realize that I am the Atman. I am with God. He has kept me in this body. As long as He keeps, I am here. The moment He says, come, I will simply kick off this body and go away to Him. I never say that I am dead. I feel I have given up this world or given up this room, go away to another room. I have given up this abode and gone away to my Father's abode. So this feeling, when it comes, one never feels that there is something very fearful about the death. There is no, you change so many houses. So most of us, so before we build our own houses or our own ashrama, we have lived in rented houses. Even this Madras Mutt was started with a rented house only, with the ice house. It was only, we didn't pay rent, that's all. But it was rented, somebody else's house. He drove us out after some time. He nilamed that house. It was not our house. We had to leave it and come here. If this is the case for Swamis themselves, what about the householders? How many houses they change? One after another. They don't weep for it. Anyway, all right, this house is over, our karma is over with this one, let it be a better house. We expect a better house to be there. May be better, it may not be worse, may not be better also. But we change. There is nothing very much lost. Similarly, we also feel that we leaving this body and going, we never feel we are dead. We feel this work in this body is over. It is useless now. It has become old. Let us go and have a new body, new house. New body means new house. So you start your life with a new house. So there another 100 years are there. Then afterwards another new house. Or maybe you may go for a better house which may last for 500 years. So going to take a Devata body. Instead of human body, go and take a Devata body. There 10,000 years you can live. Afterwards again that body also has to be left. So we go jara marana mokshaya. A person who does not want to be in this life where the birth, growth, decay and death are there. He wants to go beyond this. That means he wants to realize his own self, immortal self. He that wants, they want to go beyond this birth and death. Such people, mam ashritya yatanti. Those people, they try to worship me. Yatanti mam ashritya yatanti. They surrender themselves. They take refuge under me and they do all the activities. That means they do all their work as a worship to me. That means they become real devotees. So all their work they offer unto me and they live in this world. Such people, what will happen to them? Te tad brahma viduhu. By doing like this, doing all their activities and dedicating their works to me, te tad brahma viduhu, they understand the highest Brahman. the God. They get God realization. They realize God through their dedicated activity. And Adhyatmam, Krishnam Adhyatmam, all things about their own individual self. Adhyatma is our individual Atman, Jivatma. They understand everything that they are the part and parcel of God. They are a spark of God Himself. They are as immortal as God Himself, as glorious as God Himself. All light, all joy, all love of God is in their own soul. So all about them, Krishnam, everything about them, they come to know. So by worshipping, we realize God, we realize our own real nature also, that we are also part and parcel of God. And karma cha akhilam, and whatever work, that is worship, meditation, spiritual practices, giving alms, or doing punya karma, meritorious deeds, all these are karma. Karma cha akhilam, all those also they come to know. By doing what I can achieve this great self-realization and God realization, they come to know everything about what is to be done for that as a means. All these three things they are achieving by desiring to go beyond this human existence, which consists of birth, decay and death. Those people, they decide, now enough of this world, so I want to go beyond this and know my immortal nature. So when they thinking like this, immediately they start doing their work. Mam ashritya yatanti. They do all their activities, offering all their activities to me. That means they start doing karma yoga. So when they start doing karma yoga, offering all their duties, then they come to know everything about God, everything about their own divine nature, and everything about the path, the meritorious path that leads us to this karma. So they come to know about the Brahman, God. They come to know about Adhyatma, their own soul. They also come to know everything about the different activities that lead us to this spiritual illumination. So more things are yet to come. We will take it up in the next class. Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kamsachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum.